Hi,
Welcome to the JK LOL Storytime podcast.
I'm Jon,
I'm Keisha.
and this is episode 7.
Yikes. We've been little busy beavers, haven't we?
We have?
Recording all kinds of stuff, all kinds of content, while still trying to plan our wedding tour. Because, of course, in true Jon and Keisha fashion, that is not nailed down yet, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Me neither. I'm a little stuffy today, though, so I think it's getting super nice out, and it's kind of whipping up all the allergens. So
Absolutely. All of that snow mold and just the crud that happens here in North Dakota. And especially when you've got the warm days and the cold days and then the warm days, it's a breeding ground for all kinds of bacterias and molds and fun stuff that then gets whipped around by the wind. And just welcome to living in North Dakota. It's a joy.
yeah, so if I clear up mid-podcast today, I took some Sudafed.
And that would be why.
And some allergy meds.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
By the way, I must say, Jon, you are looking exquisite today.
Oh, thank you, babe. I figured it's our first time at a real, I shouldn't say real, but we upgraded the studio. If you are watching on YouTube, you obviously noticed that right away. But if you're out there in Spotify land, we are on, what do you call these, boom mics now?
Yeah,
we're away from wireless
big bad
mics. And
boomies.
we're all wrapped up in a mixer and everything. So this is pretty cool. We'll see how the audio quality is, but I can't imagine it's going to be worse.
I'm feeling a little left out because you are looking super sharp and I'm wearing like the Wicked 2 frock, that yoga pants. And just saying, I did not get our interoffice memo this morning. So for any of you watchers, I sincerely apologize. But today is Queso Thursday. Mm-hmm. We just came back from our favorite restaurant here in town, and, you know, we've gotten upgraded. It's been kind of cool because, like we said, it's been a few weeks that we've been fun employed, but we've picked our favorite 3 or 4 places to go in town if we're going to eat out. Jon is a fantastic cook, so we really don't have to eat out very much, but sometimes it's nice to push that easy button. And we have about 3 places that we really like to go to, sometimes 4. And this place we've become regulars at. So we come in and it's like we walk in and they recognize us and they're like, hey, hi, how's it going now? Now that we're regulars, we get to sit on the side of the restaurant that nobody else gets to sit on. And like even today, we've got the special glasses. Like it's not just those, you know, branded Coke or Pepsi cups with
The plastic ones.
yeah, the big plastic ones that you get at the bowling alley. Oh no, we got like the fancy glasses with lime water. So we're carrying on that tradition to start off our podcast. Jon was kind enough to slice up some limes for us, and we have delicious lime water.
And I
to
know
be
you're
sipping
not
on
a
today.
huge fan of ice in your water.
I am not, you know, I'm a texture person. I don't love the little ice melts and then they got these weird floaties and then you're like taking a drink and choking and chewing. And I don't know. I like to drink my water, not chew it personally. Some of you out there might love it and all the power to you, my friends. But that is not my flavor. I've got a special flavor of Tism and that is not it.
So we're upgraded to the boom mics, and
Yes.
we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear us a little bit better.
I'm excited.
Me too, honey. Me
At least
too.
if I have to cough, I know I can move the mic away from myself and back.
And get louder. I'm pretty sure my mic picked that up.
Oh, I'm
you
sure
were
it-
the
I'm
yellow
sure it
on
did.
my mic.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. It's okay. In post-production, I kind of level everything out.
Yeah, you
It
do.
shouldn't be too bad, but as always, welcome regulars
Yes.
to the show. We're going to discuss Utah today, but first of all, if you've been listening to us on Spotify for a little bit, just give us a review. Good, bad. Otherwise, I think Keisha had a warning for you if it's not good on the first one. But
You know what
we
your
do
opinions
lots
are.
of feedback, and especially after this one, we'd love to hear your feedback on the upgrade on the mics. And then the next thing to upgrade, I think, will be a multi-cam system, but that might be a little bit off because that's dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah,
But we got to start moving up that Spotify ranking chart, and I think we could probably invest in that. So
absolutely.
yeah, well, let's get right into it.
Okay, sir.
It turns out planning 9 weddings is more stressful than planning 1.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Even though it's easygoing and we get to, take into account where our people are at and where they want to go, we get to also make a bunch of decisions. And 9 wedding dresses, 9 ties, 9 shirts,
Oy vey.
9 lodging things.
9 lodging things.
9 lodging things. Well, I don't want to say hotels because we're not specifically just looking at hotels. I mean, we're looking at like
We're
some VRBO stuff.
Absolutely.
So to have room for everybody, but I think for most of the tour, we're going to spend it at hotels.
Because we're going to have our production crew,
Mm-hmm.
just our two closest friends, and Randy can be considered a friend. He's a homie. By the way, fun story about Randy. He's one of the main characters, or supporting, excuse me. I'm the main character in my story.
You
John's
have
the
main character energy. Yep, you do.
I do in my story for sure. But Randy is a good supporting character in our stories, and he just randomly pops up everywhere. Yesterday, I took my daughter to a town that's about 2 hours away to have braces put on. She's currently undergoing some fun dental treatments, and we put lower braces on yesterday, and we're driving back 2 hours away, and we're on our way back home, and about a half hour out of town, John pulls into this gas station because we have to stop
For snacks.
for snacks, and I needed to void my bladder. I think that's.
I don't know if
okay
you can say. Can you say void your bladder?
I don't know. You said nipple, so
You said it, not me.
I feel like I can say void your bladder.
Okay.
But the bladder needed to be voided. And all of a sudden we're pulling in and John's like, wait, is that Randy's truck? And sure as
Yeah, I
shit.
said it just like that.
Just like that. Wait,
Is that Randy's truck?
is that Randy's truck? Yeah.
I probably did, honestly. I was a little grumpy and still congested. And of
He was a trooper yesterday for sure. Thank you for supporting us.
course, that's what I signed up for.
But yeah, so we pull up next to it, and yep, there's our friend Tom from church. And Tom and Randy had been out riding motorcycles in Bismarck and had the toy trailer that they were hauling. And so we go and we pull up to the gas station. The doors open because it's finally starting to get beautiful here in North Dakota.
It's in the 60s. It's great.
Oh, it's lovely. So naturally, everyone opens up their doors. Everyone's washing their cars. The windows are open. It's just how it goes in springtime in North Dakota. And the gas station, all the doors were open. And we look in, and there's Randy at the there's Randy at the cash register. And he looks out and he sees my truck, and then he's like, whoa, hey, and he's waving to us. And Reagan was excited. She's yelling for Grandpa Randy. So she runs in, gives him a hug. We chat for a bit, and then he's like, all right, well, see you later.
In typical Randusky fashion, he's got his red mirrored sunglasses on in the store.
What is with this guy? He's always wearing his glasses in the store.
If we wouldn't get removed for like a content violation, I'd play like Corey Hart's song from the 80s over it. But he's still got his winter hair on.
He does.
He looks like Santa. Like he's got long white hair.
Well,
not like super long, but sticking out from underneath his hat. And just a big old
Randy beard.
Lumberjack beard, and it's all white now.
Yeah, for sure.
But just a character. We love that guy. So he's an adventure.
So we got a random Randy sighting yesterday, which was kind of fun.
So anyway, since we segued onto that, right off a cliff apparently, we'll get back to Utah.
Yes, we're going back to the wedding on tour, and let's talk a little bit about Utah,
Is this
John.
stop number 4?
I don't even know. We keep changing up the orders just because logistics wise.
It's going to be the last stop on the western leg. So it's either going to make it 4 or 5, I think. So.
But then again, we were just talking today about it being a part of the Idaho weddings because we might take our kiddos to just enjoy a little bit of what Utah has to offer.
It could be stop 2 to number 5. How about that? We commit to that? Maybe? I don't know. Who knows?
2-5.
2-5?
We're just going to be talking about our stops, and I don't know that even day before we're going to know where we're going, to be honest. It's just kind of how we roll,
We're not
honey.
driving from Vegas to Philly.
That would not be the smartest use of our time. I agree with that very much.
Unless we can load the Sequoia up on a train and we just sleep the whole way. That might be fun.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kind of traveling. Let's see what can make that happen.
Okay. Hey, Amtrak, you listening?
Anyways, but tell us a little bit about Utah and what it means to you. I feel like, unfortunately, I am the one that has the journey of friends and families that I have adopted over the last several years. But tell me a little bit about what it means to you, John. What's the Utah stop going to look like and mean for you?
I think I get to meet one of your friends from your younger years, Beth. And I'm really excited about that. I've had some adventures with you and your daughter down in Utah before, stopping at Sam and Eddie's.
Also, its real name is Smith & Edwards. It's an Army surplus store.
It's really cool. It's like also an Ace Hardware.
It's kind of
It's basically like if my brain was a retail store.
probably.
I mean, honestly, like there's a bunch of cool shit in there. And like candy and toys and
Well,
tools and
we used to go there
Boy Scout stuff.
growing up. We would occasionally go to a Utah Jazz game, and we would stop at Salmonetti's, or oh my goodness, I'm calling it.
Smith and Edwards.
Goodness gracious. That's what Reagan called it. She was 7, I think, when we took her, 6 or 7 when we took her. And that's what she called it, Salmonetti's, and she wanted to go back. So unfortunately, it's become a household name.
I know. I just really I went on a lot of adventures with you and your daughter
Early on.
And I really upgraded from chauffeur to boyfriend, now to fiance. So I went from chauffeur, a French term, to fiance, also a French term.
But you've always been.
I want to be croissant next.
Ooh, tell me why croissant?
Because I'm flaky and have layers.
You are anything
and
but flaky,
when
my
you
darling.
cook me? I don't know.
You are anything but flaky, my darling. But you are delectable.
Buttery. How about that?
You're delectable. Delightful.
Thanks, babe. Anyways, that's another show.
But yes, so we took Reagan, and that's where I would go growing up. We'd get a total of $5, and back then, guys, like anyone who's grew up in the early 2000s, that's a lot of money back then. And they still had like nickel candies or quarter candies or even penny candies, those little fruity.
R.I.P. Penny.
R.I.P. Penny. Oh, yes. But we'd get a whole, just a crap ton of candy. And we'd get to buy whatever we wanted. So I thought, this would be kind of a fun tradition. So on our Utah vacation, we took my mom, and we actually had my sisters there. And it was kind of fun just getting to, again, go back to roots a little bit, and take Reagan to, the amusement park that I grew up going to called Lagoon. And at Salmonetti's, we made a rule for her because she is an only child. And not that there's anything wrong with only children, but being the only child, she kind of gets whatever the heck she wants. And she's always been just privy to adult conversations. She's well beyond her years as far as talking. And then there'll be times where you're like, oh, yep, you're definitely your age. You're still a kid.
You are still that age. Yep.
Yep, you're acting like a kid again. Mm-hmm. But we took her there and made the rule is about Smith and Edwards is that you cannot say I want anything, because if you say I want, the people at the cash register will not check you out. They will not let you pay for anything. They'll say, I'm sorry, but you said you wanted this item and you can't buy it because you said you want it. It's so horrible. We lied to our kids. We lied to them about Santa. We lied to them about Smith and Edwards. I'm just the world's greatest parent.
I know. I can't wait for them to listen to this episode.
And so maybe we wait until we break the news about Santa for them.
Yeah, maybe.
Hold off on this episode.
Maybe. I feel like it's not like completely lying about Santa, right?
Sure.
It's more like distilling it down to something that they can understand. Because when you get told the truth about Santa, you also become Santa.
That's true.
In your own way. Yeah. So
I love the way that you put that.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll have a stroke of genius.
Well, you're genius all the time.
No, thanks, babe.
I'm just too busy blabbing over you.
Anyway, so we also, in that same trip, we went to Maddox Chicken.
Yes.
The Mad Duck. And Timber Mine.
And the Timber Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about those experiences. Which one was better? I want to know. In honest Jon fashion, which one was better?
I like the vibe of Maddox.
Okay.
It was very supper clubby, 1970s-esque, even down to their sign out front.
Yes.
The red spiky thing. So it had that going on, and the whole thing was great. You're in Utah, so for the hospitality guy and me, half of the experience is missing because it's not really, I shouldn't say alcohol driven, but it just was a big blind spot, I think, on there. So,
but you can get yourselves pints of root beer and what are the big? That's a pint, right? Like the big mugs, the glass mugs.
No, pints
or is that bigger?
That'd be bigger. I think they had a stein.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. So steins
it's a very original Utah term.
Yeah.
That they stole from the beer industry in Germany.
But yeah, we had steins of root beer and cream
sarsaparilla
soda
too,
and sarsaparilla.
Mm-hmm. No, it was very good. I enjoyed myself. I thought the chicken was great. It was all very good. We had a great time with the company. What was the bread?
the rolls.
The rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, they had these amazing rolls, and they make a raspberry honey butter that's amazing. But
Yeah, the raspberry honey butter. That's what it was.
yep.
That's where I was going. And the timber mine. It's a miner. Like I'm a miner, like with a pickaxe. Gonna
Gold
go
mines, for
gold
sure.
mines, like in like set like it's in a cave, right? And like there's wood beams and like bracing, and it was really cool.
It was an experience, and even their baked potatoes come wrapped in gold foil. So in high school, that was the place to go on prom. And so, yeah, I took him to some of my favorite places growing up in Utah, and Utah has its own set of stories for me. When I actually moved in with my dad, so going back to origin episodes, I grew up with a split family, and my dad remarried, and this was wife number 3, and they lived in Utah. So when I was about 13 and a half, 14 years old, I made the decision and broke my poor mama's heart and moved in with my dad and stepmom in Utah, and went to junior high school there, and then through high school up until my senior year. So I was there for about 3 years, making that transition of life, and had all kinds of memories. I remember very distinctly. I don't know why this popped in my head the other day, Jon, but my stepmom got, back when the new Beetles came out, she had to have the yellow Beetle, the new Volkswagen Bug, and
Rubber duck.
and she was out of town. Her and my dad would travel. He did travel a lot for work. So you leave a young high school girl, just had my license, or just got my license, and I was going to take the Bug. And, it was a manual. Mind you, I'd only driven automatic vehicles. And so I thought, I can go impress my friends, and we're going to go out. I think that was the time we were going to go to these haunted places in Utah. And I thought, how hard could it possibly be to drive a manual car?
Incredibly hard if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh my goodness. I have no idea how I lived through that, but I lived through it. And to this day, she doesn't know that I stole her Bug.
Oh, I bet you she does when she got that clutch replacement.
No.
Early clutch replacement.
She is the kind of woman, like, if she found out, I would have been busted. And I would have been in so much trouble.
I'm not saying she knew in the moment.
But yes.
3 years later, when she's like, why do I have to put a clutch in this thing? It's only 3 years old.
Right. I stalled it on the freeway. I thought I was going to die. Thankfully, I did not
yellow.
Die.
Hello.
Bright yellow. No one could hit me, but for reals. All kinds of fun adventures in Utah. And so my friend actually that's there, she's very close, near and dear to my heart. Her name is Beth. She grew up in the apartment not grew up. She grew, oh my goodness, I can't say this correctly today. It's
all like queso floating around.
It is Queso Thursday. But she lived in the apartment building across. So we lived in a complex. I was building A, she was building B. And yeah, we would go over there. She had a younger sister. So she's probably, I'd say, a good 12 to 15 years older than I am. But she had a younger sister that was my age and would come and visit in the summertime. And so her and I would go and have all kinds of adventures and just wreak havoc on that apartment complex. I remember the manager's grandsons used to come and help do all like the lawn mowing and the tree and bushes clippings and, keeping it nice. And we thought he was cute. And so we'd ride our bikes and we'd be like, "Ooh, you're giving me a fever," just being crazy 7, 8-year-old girls. And, yeah, so Beth was always that person that was a safe place for me. I could always go over to her apartment and knock on the door, and she would be there. And I lied. It was not apartment building B. It was apartment building C.
Oh, very good.
Yes, C9 was the apartment number.
Ah.
But yeah, she was just an incredible inspiration and a mentor to me for so long. And I used to actually go to visit her. So when I was 9, she moved to Seattle, Washington. And I got to be a part of that car adventure. So Mariah's her little sister that was my really good friend. And we drove to Seattle with her. And then I flew back all by myself to Boise, Idaho, and my mom picked me up from there, and that was a big adventure. That was a big deal for me, growing up very humble means. They paid for my plane ticket. Actually, I think my mom went 50-50, but It was a big deal, and I had a lot of independence. Listened to a lot of Backstreet Boys that summer. We dressed up like gypsies too. There was a preschool that.
Can you say gypsies?
Can I even say? I can say gypsies. I think. Well, that's what we were trying to be like the Esmeralda like only old ladies. We thought that as 9-year-old girls. There was a preschool behind her apartment complex in Seattle area. And so we put these scarves over our heads and put on like really dark makeup. Beth actually still has these pictures, and went down by the gates of the preschool and acted like creepy old ladies. Like, who does this? But we thought that we scared these kids
Keisha?
straight. Right. We thought, you know what? They're never going to want to talk to strangers. We're going to teach them not to talk to strangers because we're going to be creepy gypsies. And anyways, yep, just the fun adventures. But Beth had such a profound impact on me as far as just the goofiness and living life to the fullest. I will say that woman is just, she comes into a room and it is not just a room anymore. Like, it is party central, and she has this energy and this life, this love of life and this openness. Like, you could talk to Beth about anything. Actually, I think I had my very first kiss while I thought Beth was sleeping on the couch. Like, it's just those types of things. It was Beth. So she was kind of like that big sister, guardian angel type person in my life. And so the fact that, I lived in Utah for a while, and then now we have this incredible person that lives there that gets to help make it special for me and be that person, that connection there that's going to witness our ceremony. It's going to be an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about it.
Very good. I love you.
I love you too.
So we had to go to Utah. Sorry.
Yes.
Got distracted. I
Sorry.
was thinking about the first time I tried to kiss you.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about first kiss, huh?
I guess so. You can tell me which one was more awkward. The first time I went to try and kiss you, I chickened out halfway through and kissed you on the cheek just because it was still strange.
Yes. Strange and new and scary and all the things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whether we're going to be fully committed to, because you have those fears of, am I destroying a really, really good friendship?
Yes.
The answer was no, I did not.
That is correct. Good answer.
Buzz, what is? I did not.
Well, and it is. There's a legitimate fear. I mean, I felt it too, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That, oh my gosh, are we ruining something so good? Because we do have, and we still do, I feel like, have this really just amazing chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we did try our hardest to be good, upstanding people. Because for me, I mean, I grew up, like I said, I think I'm on stepmom number 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to model for my kiddo what I didn't have. I think as parents, we all kind of strive to do that, right? Like,
Try
we just
to
want to
have some-
screw up our kids a little less than we think we were screwed up as kids. But then,
You screw them in their own way,
right.
A new way.
And then you grow up and you realize, hang on a sec, like, my parents did not screw me up. I am who I am today because of the hardships. I am who I am today because of the good times. I am who I am today because of all of the unfairness that I felt, because we all feel that way. And personally, I think it's better to feel it in a safe place like your own home versus waiting until you're an adult and now you're in the workplace and throwing a temper tantrum like you are at home. And that's just not acceptable in the workplace.
No,
So
it's not.
instead of having bosses, you have bosses that need to be parents. And it's a hard dynamic for sure. So being able to look back and see all of those struggles, and did they suck? Yes. But also that's what makes you appreciate the good times. Like, there has to be this balance. You can't appreciate the good without the bad. And so the bad helps you to really identify and appreciate the good. And I feel like they almost work synchronously with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, getting into a little bit of a philosophy by Keisha today, I guess.
I guess so. And I was going to quickly transition to the ceremony location in Utah.
Oh. Where's the ceremony location, sir?
Ogden Canyon.
Is that where it is?
I thought so. Surrounded by the Red Rocks. Thought that was the plan.
The Red Rocks aren't in Ogden. I love you.
I love you too. Where are they at?
They're down south more, baby.
Oh.
As you're going towards Vegas.
Are they peach colored rocks? They're reddish.
There are rocks for sure.
There's rocks. I don't know. I looked at pictures of Ogden Canyon. They seemed red to me. Maybe they were terracotta.
Maybe, yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
the traditional, like, the arches and the red rocks are a little
Oh,
bit
yes.
more
No,
south.
that I know for sure.
But more so the trees and just these big ravines. The highway kind of goes through the Ogden Canyon, and right at the base of it, that's where Timber Mine's at. So we kind of felt like if we're going to have a reception, that would be a fun place to just do a nice dinner. And, it'll be fairly intimate because it's going to be just Beth and her family and us, of course.
And
Randy and whoever it is that's going to be helping with the
production.
camera.
Yep. I'm excited to take Randy to Maddox. So
I'm excited for that too.
he will enjoy that. So.
He will. And it's going to be that fun, nostalgic. I mean, we're kind of blessed in the sense that we get to have a little bit of a vacation. I mean, there's going to be an awful lot of travel and an awful lot of exhaustion, I'm sure. But also,
I'm sure there will be.
We get to share with your dad. How incredible is that?
It is. It's incredible. We might lose him at Smith and Edwards. Like, he might just stay there.
I kind of feel like we probably should take him like as a reward. Like, Randy, marry us, then you can go to Smith and Edwards. Because if you get last while we're headed home, it's okay. It's the last stop on the tour.
We'll give him the same speech we gave the kids. You can't say you want anything.
He'll look at us and be like, that's funny. I can buy whatever I want. I don't need to tell you I want anything because I have my own damn money.
That's right. He'll be like, and I saw you jumping up and down on a Yeti cooler.
So I've got blackmail on you, woman.
That's right. Well, we just, but does he? We've talked about it twice now.
Yeah. Well, we actually brought it up yesterday when we saw him about the I don't like cake.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, did I? Oh, I did say that.
That was for Lisa's birthday party at the tap room.
Yeah.
And you had what kind of cake?
It was a red velvet cake. Why did I do? I know exactly why I did it. Because it was a green frog. She loves Kermit the Frog. It was her last birthday. So I even did a balloon arch, and I took green balloons and I Cricut printed Kermit the Frog eyes and mouth, and I made green Kermit the Frog balloon arch. And yeah, I kind of full send it. So it was her last birthday with us, and we had a Kermit the Frog cake. It was my first time doing fondant. I did really well with the fondant.
I think you did too. There's nothing like cutting into a cake that's shaped like a frog and it's red inside.
That's exactly why I did it.
Exactly.
Give me the blood and guts. Yeah.
Of the reptilian order.
Sure. I'm not quite sure where you're going with that, Ducky.
You're a reptile in disguise.
Is that what a reptile sounds like?
No, I think that actually confirmed that you are not.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry,
Sorry, babe.
But I'm very excited to go to Utah. I think it's going to be incredible.
It will be.
At the very least, we can always ditch for In-N-Out.
Yes. Go get us some animal-style burger. Neapolitan shake. Betcha. Oh, yeah. Do it. What?
I don't know what that was, but...
It was like a North Dakotan,
North Dakotan.
A North Dakotan.
Yeah.
Get it.
Well, it's going to round out the Western segment or the kickoff to it. It's interesting where it's positioned and how we're going to plan around that. And the logistics of all of this is quite incredible because we really don't know what we're doing yet. And we are 70 some days out. No, less than that. Less than 70 days out from kicking off this tour. Especially by the time everybody hears this, it's going to be, we're going to be like 45 days out.
Goodness. Well, full send, babe. Life is an adventure with you, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Life is an adventure. I'll sign up and do it with you every time.
I'm pretty sure that I got you an adventure book for your birthday.
You did. You did. One of the first, it was the first birthday I had with you after we started dating.
Yeah.
You got me like the very up-themed adventure book.
Well, I handmade it, my dear sir.
Okay, you handmade it. You also learned how to crochet to give me a blanket.
I did. That was when we were still friends.
Yep. You didn't want me to be cold?
I didn't. So I taught myself how to crochet. Was on Pinterest or whatnot, and they have those big bulky yarns and crochet a blanket in a day. And I'm like, shoot, I can do that. We're stuck at home. It's COVID. Like, John's going through a divorce. He's sleeping in his bars. I'm going to make him a blanket.
I don't think I was even on a couch yet.
I don't think you were either.
No.
Well, actually, no, you were at your parents' house because remember I gave it to you for your birthday.
I was the gardener that year. My parents' house, it was on the market for sale.
Yeah.
And I moved into the house and just made sure it looked good before showings and the toilets got flushed and the yard got mowed. I mean, I grew up mowing the yard, so.
There you go.
I knew I had a record to beat. I think the one I sprinted, it was like 48 minutes or something, and it used to take me like 2 hours.
There you go.
So that's how I got these awesome calves.
Grown up Jon is total baddie compared to little boy
That's right.
Jon.
It's not because I have longer legs now. I think they might even be shorter than when I was growing up. Like when you held your daughter's pants up to me the other day.
Yeah. I wasn't doing it to be
I'm like,
facetious.
yeah, I get it. I got short little legs. At least I can move fast.
I wasn't doing it to be facetious. I was just trying to get an idea of like, will these fit her? Because I do occasionally, you know, buy clothes online for her. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know if these will fit her. So I'm just trying to think of where she was at in comparison to like when she's standing next to Jon as far as her height goes. And so I like hold them up and it just happened to be perfectly at Jon's waist. And yeah, Jon could wear them if he really wanted to.
I could probably get like them up to my knee.
If that.
I don't know. I got some pretty big calf muscles.
Those are kid jeans, babe.
Yeah. So no, I couldn't wear them.
Yes.
Look at me. Do I look like a guy that doesn't like food?
Nope.
Okay,
and
good.
I love it about you.
Okay, good.
I love it.
Well, I love it too
We get
because
to
we
have
have fun
Queso
on Queso
Thursdays.
Thursdays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm really excited for Utah, for Las Vegas, for Arizona, for the entire Western segment. And then on the next episode, we get to start talking Eastern segment starting in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, the potty.
Scannies.
It'll be an adventure.
We will be drinking almost zero old fashions in Wisconsin unless I'm making them in the hotel room.
I feel like we have to have like one just to honor the Wisconsin old fashioned, but like do it after we've had a couple of yours. You know, it's like that theory of like drink the good wine first and then go to the bad wine, because then you've drank enough that you don't really have a sophisticated palate.
It all starts tasting the same. Yep. So, and then, or we just drink a bunch of spotted cow.
That is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Or we just drink water.
What if we're cows for our wedding? What do you think?
I'll get some cow print boxers for you.
Okay. Awkward.
Wink, awkward silence. Nobody knows what to say about that. Because, like, I'm like, I don't know where to go with this. And you're just off in fantasy land. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, ooh. Some joke about Holsteins. I don't know.
I love you, honey.
It's something.
JK, LOL.
JK, LOL. But yeah, I think they're going to wrap it up for this episode of the JK, LOL Storytime. I nailed it this time. I didn't say JOK. We still have to figure out where that comes from.
One day, honey.
I'm just really excited that we got our first episode in the bag with the new mics. I think it sounds good. I've been watching the mixer board in front of me. Okay. Looks like all the volumes are good. Like I said, everybody get on Spotify. If you're listening to this there, let us know in the comments, reviews, whatever. Obviously, we want to spread our light, love, joy, and grace among others and just kind of share our story. We really want to be those friends that you feel like you're sitting in the room with. We had that comment from one of our other friends. He's like, I really feel like I'm eavesdropping on your conversation, that I need to be sitting in the room with you. And I'm like, well, when you move back to North Dakota, then you can be sitting across from us while we do this. And then we can say, recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey. Instead of the quack button, we can have applause.
The applause.
Yeah, or the laugh. That's how everybody...
Censor fees here might get real raunchy, so.
Oh, boy. I'm okay with that.
Are you?
It doesn't make you a bad person.
It does not. So I'm very excited. But once again, regulars, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing you on episode 8, where we tackle Wisconsin.
Thanks for laughing out loud with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.